Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, your guide to future tech trends and innovation in a language you understand. Now, over to your host, Neil Hughes.
Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Now today I learned that almost 3/4 of shoppers are now relying on user-generated content before actually making a purchase. So I find myself asking the question, if that's true, how can a savvy marketer actually leverage user-generated content at every single turn? Today I wanted to learn more about a company that is launching insight to actually help commerce brands analyse customer feedback, but at scale using natural language processing, sentiment analysis, and also semantic grouping. So with algorithms trained on a dataset of 32 million reviews, uncovers the factors that have the highest impact on customer satisfaction, and also allows for comparison using industry benchmarks, which go on to enable businesses to invest time and the resources in areas that will really make an impact. So once again, buckle up, hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to New York so we can speak with co-founder and CEO of Yotpo. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Hi, everyone. My name is Tomer Tagri, and I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Yotpo. Yotpo is a platform that helps commerce businesses to be more customer-centric and to market themselves through their customers' experiences, to make it to take it down a notch. We help companies generate user-generated reviews, user-generated photos, user-generated Q&A. And then through our partnership with the e-commerce platform, the Facebook, the Googlers, the Instagram, the email marketing companies of the world, we help commerce brands to market themselves on social marketing, search marketing, email marketing, on-site, using their customers' content.
Excellent. Now, before talking with you today, my understanding was that Yotpo is, like you said there, it's a New York-based content marketing startup that helps e-commerce businesses generate revenues through photos and other generated content with the customer-first approach. But can you just set the scene a little and tell the listeners a little more about Yotpo, what problems it solves for your clients, and also who uses it, and what makes it stand out from other similar solutions out there?
Just a little bit background about us. We are currently a company, we founded the company almost 7 years ago out of Tel Aviv, Israel. Since then, we raised a little bit more than $100 million, US and Israeli investors. We are 300 people between Tel Aviv, New York, London, and Salt Lake City in Utah. And we work with around 3,000 brands from the UK, like the Gymsharks of the world. In the US, you work with tons of from, the Chubbies, the Untucked, the 1-800 Flowers of the world. And basically what we do is we try to help brands survive in this post-Amazon world. And the way we do that is by making sure that companies are building exceptional brands. And and we spend a lot of time thinking about what it means to build a brand that can survive, that can grow in this ever-changing market. And what we're seeing is that companies that are able to grow, that are able to survive, are companies that are able to leverage their customers to be their best marketers. We have a saying that great brands are built on happy customers. So how do you get happy customers? How do you leverage those happy customers' experiences? And how do you understand what you need to change in order to grow and get more and more customers? I think what really stands out Yotpo in the market is a few approaches that we took. One is a platform approach from two ways. One is we think that it doesn't make sense for the marketer or for the entrepreneur or for the commerce person to deal with like 4, 5, 6 different solutions. So one solution for product reviews, a different solution for brand reviews, a different solution for photos, a different solution for videos, a different solution for Q&A, a different solution for analytics. So we try to build like one platform that does two things. One, like ease of use, so it's one login, one dashboard, and one customer journey. So you can actually build really sophisticated customer journeys with that. Second, of course, from a matter of price and privacy, it's much better to deal with one vendor. So that's one thing that really makes Yotpo unique, is an all-in-one approach. The second thing is actually the use of data and deep learning. So I think we are the only platform that has such a large data science group that keeps, I'll give you an example, like a very concrete example is what type of email you need to get in order to get you to write a review if you bought a mattress online versus if I bought, I don't know, something in home accessories or clothing or sneakers. It's very, very different. UK from the US, men from women. If you bought 5 products, if you are the first-time shopper, if you're a repeat shopper, there's a lot of parameters that we take, and our models and machine basically optimize the system for our customers. We just launched a very new, exciting product that basically take all the unstructured text and analyze it in a way that help businesses make really, really fast decisions and iterate fast. So, for example, I can tell you what your Birmingham customer is saying on your shipping versus your New York customer is saying on your shipping, and what you need to change really, really quickly, and what your customers are thinking about the quality of your product and why, and really try to make sure that each one of your team members is very, very close to the consumer to iterate fast, very similar to what Amazon have, but in a scalable way to the rest of the world, basically. And so I think the use of technology and deep learning, that's another thing that makes Yotpo unique. And the third thing is, like, I want to say the team. We are very, 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 like, I think there was never such a talented team working on like this problem on how to help brands or how to help companies build exceptional brands through their customers. And when you look at like the timing that we are at today, how essential it is for companies to build brands if they don't want to die, I think the team that we have in place and the passion that we have for this problem is something that also really makes us unique.
Now, I've recently read that almost 3/4 of shoppers are now relying on user-generated content before even making a purchase. I mean, is that true? And if it is, how can a savvy marketer leverage that user-generated content at almost every turn of that consumer experience?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So yes, and we especially see that in the millennial and Gen Z, that they basically don't believe to anything. They don't believe what you're saying about yourself. The only thing that they generally believe is what real people are saying about you. So the realization of that you need to use, like, to be authentic. In order to build a brand, you have to be authentic. And the way to be authentic today is by using your customers, using your consumers. That's the first step. After that, if you want to leverage that in every step of the customer journey, the first thing is to collect as many user-generated content as you can. From user-generated photos, user-generated videos, user-generated reviews, user-generated Q&A. So you basically need a platform that can help you, understand your customers and how they are likely to generate content for you, and how to make it the most frictionless experience possible. How many days after the product got to them. It has to be like a mobile-first, one-step solution. So that's the first step, collecting as much content. And then what most businesses are doing, they're just putting the content on the product pages. That's like the first step, but it's clearly not enough in today's world. So you need to transform your content. I'll give you an example. You need to, one of the things that we're doing that's very successful is using that content on social ads. So when you're advertising on social media, instead of saying someone, hey, buy my product, you should say, hey, look at the real person that is relevant to you. He's saying about my product. So that's one example, how to leverage that. The second example is, of course, in SEO, in Google. You need to make sure that you keep updating Google, both on Google Organic and on Google Ads, sending that content into Google organic feeds and advertising feed to make sure that you're leveraging and you have that competitive edge, both on SEM and on SEO. And another example I think that's really, really interesting is email marketing. So think about when you're sending, newsletters or cart abandonment emails. What we learned is that if you send cart abandonment emails with the relevant user-generated content for the product that she or he didn't buy eventually, the conversion rate went up tremendously. Why? Because, again, you're leveraging what the best people, the most relevant people are saying about that product that you were interested in, and that really, really improves conversion rates.
So can I take you back in time to where all this began? And can you tell me what actually put you on this tech startup path and the inspiration behind Yotpo?
Yes, of course. So I met Omri Cohen. He's the other co-founder, the Smarter Half, in Tel Aviv University. We both learned like computer science and electrical engineer. and we start building things. And then what happened is I had a very bad personal shopping experience. One of my friends back home, each year he made fun of us that we didn't buy him anything for his birthday. And then we decided to do something, and I was the geek. And he was like big on photography back then. So I searched online. I bought him like a fancy SLR camera. And we bought him also a photography course. What happened is the teacher told him that we bought him the crappiest camera possible. And all of my friends made fun of me. How come that's the camera I bought? And I saw that my shopping decision was based on fake reviews on people named Neil123 that I didn't know anything about them. And why should I listen to them? Sorry?
I was just going to say, Neil123 wasn't me.
I really hope so. And what happened is we said, okay, let's solve the authenticity problem of reviews. And then we obsessively start talking to hundreds of Amazon, Best Buy, eBay top reviewers, trying to understand what incentivizes them to write reviews, how we can make the experience better. And then along the way, we also started talking to a lot of small businesses. And that's where we started. And that's, by the way, we are still big believers that in commerce, small businesses and mid-sized businesses, this is the place to be. This is where the growth is coming from. So we've been obsessively talking to them, and we learned that none of them is able to generate enough content, and basically no one writes reviews. It's a horrible experience. So we really put the first years of the company to really completely orchestrate different how consumers are generating content, how to make the experience mobile first, really easy to use, smart experience. And then as we were able to generate so much content, our customers came to us and said, hey, can I leverage the content into like social marketing, search marketing, email marketing? And then we build those capabilities. And then customers came to us and said, can you help me with other types of content, like photos, like Q&A, like videos? And then we expanded the platform also to other types of user-generated content.
Now, late last year, you also picked up another 51 million financing round. I mean, can you tell me more about that? And also, how's it actually going to help you drive Yotpo forward?
Yes, so it's actually an interesting story. We plan to raise money actually now, pretty much. We thought of Q2 2018. Then what happened, we got approached by an external investor that wanted to do a round before that. We started engaging, and then two of our internal investors decided that they want to lead the round and increase their stake in the company. So we did roughly quickly another very, very large round, as you mentioned. And I think it will enable us to do a few things. One, it will enable us to make sure that we'll continue investing in our customer success and continue to make sure that we are staying ahead of the curve, that we have the right R&D and product people in place to build all of the new technologies that our customer needs, as marketing in commerce is a very, very fast-changing market. So we need to make sure that we are building new tools for our customers and leveraging new technologies like machine learning, like AI. So that's one thing. We're going to continue investing in long-term technologies to make sure our customers will be successful. The second thing, it will enable us to get a little bit more aggressive. I think in a world where you can ask the marketers, there are so many point solutions and you're getting overwhelmed and you're not sure who's going to survive, who's going to be here in the next 3 to 5 years. So one, Yotpo is going to be here, and Yotpo is going to be like the aggressive kids on the block. So we're going to get more aggressive on maybe acquisition. We'll get more aggressive on how can we spend on support and customer success and on marketing. So it will just leverage to experiment faster, build faster, and maybe even acquire a few point solutions that can enhance the Yotpo platform.
And you really seem to be doing just that. I mean, I recently read that Yotpo is launching a new AI-powered insights product at Shoptalk with algorithms trained on a dataset of over 32 million reviews. I mean, that sounds incredibly exciting. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so we are super, super excited about that. Internally, I call it like a boring AI that the commerce can actually understand what it does. It's not like a Watson. It's not like an Einstein. It's something that actually drives business. So this is like the first application of the AI. So this application is a dashboard that basically really connects every team inside a commerce business, from product people to marketing people to service people to operation people, much closer to the consumer. So we are able on scale to show them what consumers are saying on their service, on the delivery, on the product, on the marketing messages. So we are able to show a few very concrete business applications. So one of our customers, Doremi, it's a lingerie business out of New York. We were able to show them that actually their boyfriends or the husbands are buying the lingerie for the girlfriends or wife, and they should open like a couples line. And this is exactly what they're doing, and this is what's fulfilling their growth. So actually showing what consumers are saying to open new product lines and new product enhancement to your product team. That's one thing. There's another company, we showed them that they have a problem in a specific region with the delivery, and they need to change whoever is doing the fulfillment. So that's another example. We had another company that we showed them they had a problem with the service, and they need to actually replace the specific service person, the support agent in a specific location. So it just in real time trying to get using deep learning, getting your customer voice outside of like the user-generated content into the company, into the business. And this is like the first application of that boring AI that I mentioned. We're going to launch another like few really, really interesting applications of that into the consumer as well. From very smart widget, we're going to completely disrupt and change how consumers are interacting with user-generated content. That's going to be the second application. The third one is going to be, we're going to launch like a personal assistant for consumers to help them write more meaningful content. So there's a lot of exciting things you can do once you have like an AI in place. And the dashboard that we launched, basically Insights, that's the tool that really helps different business function to drive business decision and iterate really, really fast. That's the stuff that we are most excited about that are just coming out live now.
So do you think that by using behavioural data points to learn consumer behaviour patterns and create those smarter requests that and ensure that they're sent in the right way at the right time every time, that's automatically going to dramatically increase the expectation levels of customers even further, isn't it?
Exactly. And I usually don't like to believe. I like to see numbers, as I'm a geek, a computer science grad. And I can tell you the numbers prove that tremendously time and time again. And that once you know when and how to interact with consumer, the engagement rate, the amount of content that they generate, the amount of revenue that they bring increases tremendously. I'm pretty sure that, a lot of companies are talking about AI, a lot of companies talking about deep learning. I think I haven't seen a lot of concrete business applications. I think what we're going to come see in the next 2 to 3 years, this is one of the areas that's going to disrupt a lot of current softwares. I think we are leading the way in the user-generated content space. And I'm super, super excited about what's to come and how to leverage data, how to leverage deep learning to drive real business applications for commerce companies.
Speaking about the future, how do you see this technology evolving over the next, 3 to 5 years? And what are the biggest challenges or opportunities facing businesses in your opinion?
Yeah, so one is, I think, it's a cliche, but I think AI is super exciting. I think the buzz around AI is going to come down in the next 18 months, and then we're going to start seeing companies actually doing that. I think videos and bots are really, really interesting areas that I see a lot of our brands investing in. And I think one of the things that I'm worried is that there are too many solutions, and it's got to become a place where there's start to be some kind of consolidation, because the brands, the commerce companies are overwhelmed by the amount of solution that they need to build, integrate together. And I think that's something that will change dramatically. And we're going to start seeing consolidation. I think the approach that we took about building a platform is something that we'll start seeing more and more companies are trying to do. And I'm sure that's going to be one of the biggest waves in commerce in the next 3 to 5 years.
Well, a huge thanks for coming on. But before I do let you go, could I just ask that you remind the listeners of where they can find you online and also contact a member of your team if they've got any questions about our conversation today?
Of course. So one is you can find us at yotpo.com, and then we have various ways from chat to email. You can use that. If you want to contact me directly, you can email me to tomer@yotpo.com. Nothing too sophisticated, but I would love to hear from you if you are a current customer, if you are a potential customer, potential partner, or just you are interested in the user-generated content space for commerce. I think also, and of course, any social media, just type the strange name Yotpo, Yotpo, and we'd love to talk to you.
Well, I'll add those links to the show notes just so people can find you nice and easily. But one of the things I love about what you're doing here is in a digital age now, there are so many different buzzwords, such as AI, and a lot of companies are going after tech for tech's sake. But what you're doing with Yotpo is you're actually providing concrete business examples of how to best use that technology and actually improve performance, improve revenue. And that's the most important part, not the technology. The technology almost has to become invisible for businesses. So I just wanted a big thank you for coming on today and sharing that story.
No, thank you. It was really, really great, and thank you, and I look forward to hearing that.
I don't know about you guys listening, but I'm fascinated by the psychology of how we actually trust user-generated content rather than traditional advertising now. And also how campaigns have revealed that just by simply adding a star rating can actually increase the purchase rate by 4 times. Meanwhile, 58% of shoppers spend more when they actually connect with a brand, and consumers also spend up to 10% more just because of good reviews. Does that reflect your purchase behaviour? As always, I'd love for you to contact me and let me know. So you can get me on email at techblogwriter@outlook.com or send me a quick tweet to @NeilC.Hughes. Now next week I'm going to be dedicating episodes about the digital landscape. We'll be talking about digital tools and analytics and how the transforming of the customer experience through technology, all live from Las Vegas at the Adobe Digital Summit. Now most people say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I say what happens in Vegas will actually be shared across multiple platforms and shared to over 165 different countries. But hey, I've got a plane to catch, so thanks for listening as always, and until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Until next time, remember, technology is best when it brings people together.